First, we're going to be talking about the equilibrium in the labor market. When the market is in equilibrium, there is no unemployment, and this is basically shown when labor supply and labor demand meet in the middle, showing that it is equal. And the equation for this is going to be W equals, which is wage, equals Q demanded equals Q supplied. Next, we're going to move on to the labor market with unemployment. The unemployment occurs when the wage rate is higher than the equilibrium wage. So this basically means that workers are willing to provide more labor than firms are willing to hire, and that the labor market has a surplus of workers when it's in unemployment. We see that if you look at the equilibrium, which is this W and L, and then you look at W1, we see that W1 is higher than the equilibrium wage, and that when you subtract labor supply versus labor demand, that equals unemployment, and that's how you find unemployment. And then for right here, this is an example of how to find unemployment. So if you read, suppose a firm's labor demand equation is LD equals 40 minus 2W, and the labor supply equation that it faces is LS equals negative 20 plus 3W. First, it says find the equilibrium wage of the equivalent of labor employed. So if you look at equilibrium, that's going to be this equation, which is LD versus LS. And if you look at LD, all we're going to do is plug in basically them equal to each other. And then so W, you get 12. So we're going to plug that back into the labor demanded, which is going to be 40 minus 2 times 12 is 16. So that means that the wage is going to be 12 at equilibrium, and the labor demand is going to be 16 at equilibrium. So next it says the workers thinking about their wages are too low decide to strike. After tense negotiations, the firm decides to raise their wage by 50%. So that's when we raise the wage, which is 12, times 1.5 since it raised, that'll be 18. That's going to be our new W1, as you can see right here. Next, you're going to plug the new wage into the old formulas, causing it to have the new LS, which is going to be right here, and LD, and that's going to be 34 and 40. If you do the subtraction, which this is wrong, it should be LS minus LD, and that's going to be 30, because 34 minus 40 is going to be 30, and that's going to be your total for unemployment.